Hey, welcome back to Thronebreaker. I think we are there. There we go. Cool, got all the chests as well, nice.
The castle of Rivia now loomed before the Lyrians. Water surrounded it on three sides, and dual defensive walls studded with podgy turrets completed its perimeter. It was famously difficult to take, and had changed hands only once. A few months before, when traitors opened its gates to the Nilfgaardians, foreign banners waved upon the walls. The golden sun and Ardal Aep Dahy's crest on Rivia's walls. The walls of home. There was somber silence among the troops, the glee and pride of many triumphs suddenly gone. For each knew if the Queen ordered an assault, most would lie dead by sunrise.
Your Majesty,
Began Reynard in a reassuring tone.
we needn't strike quickly. We've time on our side. To prepare would be wise. 2 months, I wager. Perfectly enough. We stop supplies from getting through. They'll capitulate, I've little doubt. Or at worst, be too weak to defend the fortress.
Reynard's reasoning was sound. There was no need for urgency. Meve had the upper hand for the first time in this war.
No, let's lay the seed.
These invaders have grown fond of Rivia Castle,
Said Meve.
so let them stay and rot. Reynard, erect road barricades and guard posts between city and citadel. Gascon, seize all boats, barges, anything that floats. Stop anything from entering from the lake. Move!
Soon Rivia Castle stood isolated from the world outside its walls. All roads leading to it were blocked, impassable. Fishing boats, a cordon, embraced the fortress on Loch Escalot. The lanterns on their bows glowed like fireflies in summer. Then, an emissary from the castle brought a message for the Queen. General Aep Dahy wished to meet, face to face, and half the way between the citadel and the Lyrian camp.
Well, well, some general.
Smirked Gascon.
We've barely snapped the trap shut, yet he's already shaking in his knickers.
Be on your guard, Mother.
Said Willem.
Aep Dahy I know better than anyone here. The man always has a trick up his sleeve.
We've a few of our own. Sleeves and tricks. But I thank you for the warning and concern.
Meve proceeded to the meeting point without delay. A lone rider soon appeared on the horizon. He came adorned in rich black robes, their golden trim shimmering in stray sunbeams. She'd seen him before. In Edirn, through the megascope.
Here he is.
You came as I requested. Good. Very good.
I couldn't pursue such a courteous invitation, especially as compared to your previous missive. The art of diplomacy, you've improved your grasp.
Your realm fell quickly. I expended little strength in seizing it. This left me much time to study. But please, we must set aside this bitterness. I'd like to formally welcome you to Rivia, dear Queen.
I see you've readily adopted the role of gracious host in my home.
In point of fact, I've grown fond of the castle. Fortifications impressive, atypical of the north. Not so your brave soldiers, whom we shall pick off like ducks. I pity them, in fact.
Dry your eyes, General. Rest easy. I've no plans for a quick assault. I shall first wait to hear the rumbling in your bellies.
Remarkable. You truly believe you can win this war. I've not been in the north long, but have discovered something all the same. You don't grasp complex ideas. You know Nilfgaard is large, but your minds don't fathom its enormity. You see, for every army you defeat, another will come to take its place. One larger and better equipped than the one before. Even now, as we so pleasantly chat, Army Group East is en route to lift your siege, due to arrive tomorrow. And do you know what will happen when they do? They will crush you against your own castle's walls, like the maddening flea you are.
Enough. I'll not be insulted, General, nor intimidated.
Then I wish you a splendid night, Majesty. Get some rest. You'll need it tomorrow.
Indeed I will. For with raised visor, I shall be at the fore. Unlike you.
In my home, in the civilized world, a general commands his force. He does not rush and thrash about like some rabid hound.
You're not at home, General. You're in the north. In my home. But you're right. I will rest. One should pray to all your gods that we don't meet amidst the fray.
Without awaiting a response from General Aep Dahy, Meve pivoted and turned toward camp. Her pace was quick, despite a heavy heart.
Oh, cool. We've got a little camp set up, have we? There's Isabel up there, and is that Knickers? Okay. No map to speak of.
Gonna be one hell of a night! Ah! Ah! Ah!
Settle down, you crazy skelegons.
Don't you dare sound the retreat, got it? My axe craves blood, Nilfgaardian blood! My axe craves blood, Nilfgaardian blood!
Yeah, you'll get it. You guys alright?
Let us hope this proves the war to end all wars. Many will die today. Too many. Always darkest before the dawn. Many will die today. Too many.
So, where are my advisors then? They're up here? No, that's where we came from, wasn't it? This does look roughly like our camp, actually. There's the workshop. It's a command tent. There's the bar. So should it be this one? Or isn't this our royal tent? Or do we do it from here? Royal tent, command tent. Yeah, it's that one. I think we'll keep our deck as is. Seems to have served us quite well so far. So I think we'll hold on. Yeah. Mess 10, yeah. Okay. So where am I going then? Can I go out here? No. Not up here. Aha, here we go.
Meve's closest advisors already awaited her in the command tent. In a few brief words, the Queen gave a report of the meeting, only with great effort masking the quavering in her voice.
An army, an immense one, approaches from the west. If we meet in open battle, we stand not a chance.
Damn it! Why did no one warn me?
Discovered. Captured. It must be that.
Yes, it didn't seem right. Our way so clear, so untroubled.
We must flee? Not at all heroic, I admit, but sure as hell better than being trampled into the dirt.
Easily said, but for a problem. Our force is chiefly infantry. The army that draws near includes cavalry, several regiments. We cannot hope to escape them. We cannot hope to hide.
What do you advise?
We've two options. Capitulate,
Out of the question.
or take the castle. Tonight.
Suppose for a moment it's possible. Tell me how and at what cost. Are we to scale a mountain of comrades' corpses to reach the top of the wall? I know we're at war and many die. But to command our troops to take that citadel is to condemn them to certain death.
Rivia's walls are unassailable, I fully agree. But there's more than one way to take any fort, and this fort too.
I think I like where this is going.
I know this citadel like no one else. I know its one potential weakness. The boat landing.
Wait. That narrowest of piers between the two turrets? The one where the fishermen would land?
The same. As I'm sure you recall, Your Grace, at that narrow pier's end stands a narrow door leading straight into the fortress. A small detachment could approach unnoticed, overwhelm any sentries, and get inside.
What then?
They would need to pass through the fort to the winch in the guardhouse. Open the gate for the rest of the force.
That is... suicide.
Perhaps. But as options go, we have it alone.
And I'm to choose to send folk there? Most certainly to die.
You needn't choose anyone, for I volunteer. And will take only those willing to do the very same.
Bloody wretched plan.
And you've a better one, do you?
Of course. I'll go instead.
Beg your pardon? I don't.
Face it, Reynard, you couldn't sneak past a corpse. Sound like a bloody tambourine in that armour, apart from which, you're Maeve's right hand. So you ought to be by her side when the fighting starts.
Well, that makes sense for Gascon to do it. It's definitely more his kind of thing.
Firstly, Reynard, I'm grateful. Well done, my friend.
Thank you, Your Grace.
But truth be told, I did indeed hear you walking to the tent from the other side of camp. And yes, you know Rivia Castle better than anyone else. But the assault must transpire silently. Gascon will lead the force.
Understood, Your Grace.
Cheers, Maeve. I'll try not to disappoint.
You won't, I'm sure. God speed you on your way, and please, try your damnedest not to die.
Gascon hand-picked his men, those most adept with daggers, not swords. Noiselessly, they glided through the dark toward the castle, the light of its lanterns blurred by the evening mist. Maeve watched anxiously as the boats glided away, her heart pounding in her ears. All depended on this mission. The fate of her realms, perhaps all the North, the lives of her troops, and her own. Now there was naught she could do but wait.
Good luck,
she whispered, gazing at the fortress walls, cloaked by the dark that seemed to surround all now.
Ooh, puzzle battle. The task was simple. Sneak through the castle, defeat the guards defending the winch, barricade themselves in the tower, and open the gate for the advancing Illyrian army. And then, no one spoke of what would happen next. There was no need. Use Gascon to infiltrate the tower. Do not let Gascon die. Use your leader's ability. Okay. Alright. Bit of a tricky one this. Kind of similar to one we did a while ago, trying to escape. Well, I think when we were escaping Castle Rivia originally. So let's start off by destroying this one.
Knock them off the wall! Let's teach them to fly!
We'll do that. Then we'll destroy this one. Then we'll play you gotta play him on the bottom row here, but we'll play him there. And now we start moving him. So we go that way, they all move to the right, then we go up. Then we go up again.
You see to the winch! We'll hold them off!
Okay, then we go to the right. Then we go up. He's going to see us, but we got there anyway, so it's not a problem.
Open the gate!
Whew.
The Lyrians prepared for battle, their silence absolute, in darkness, illuminated only by the pale light of the moon. Maeve was restless. She paced nervously in a circular pattern, awaiting the signal they'd agreed upon.
Blast, it's taking long. Much, much too long.
Finally, A torch's faint glow appeared atop the towering walls. It disappeared, then glowed again, and one more time around. Meve leapt in the air, and as she did so, barely stifled a cry of utter joy.
They made it. It worked. Willem, it's time. Sound the horns. Attack!
Moments later, Lyrians in the hundreds burst from the trees. The Nilfgaardian defenders loaded their catapults and ballistae. They did so slowly, convinced the castle walls remained impenetrable. Then they heard chains, grinding and clinking, and the sound sent shivers down their spines. Bewildered, they watched the main gate rise as the attacking force rushed forth. General Aep Dahy dispatched an elite unit to take back the winch at once. Yet he saw this was in vain and all was lost when Meve rode into the castle courtyard. Meve had begun the day known as a... Yet by night's end, legend was the cloak she wore. Her shield stopped powerful blow after blow as her blade found gaps in her foe's black armor. At first, Nilfgaardians scoured in search of the Queen, hoping to prove great heroes. Soon, she was their chief scourge, and they began to flee before her blade that sung their death.
Retreat! Retreat!
What was this extraordinary vigor that surged through Meve? Naturally, she wished to liberate her castle and realm, drive off the invaders, defeat the arrogant General Aep Dahy. But in that moment, above all else, she longed to fight her way through to the guardhouse and bring Gascon's party relief.
Follow me! Move! Move!
As she stepped through the door into the tower, the silence told Meve she'd arrived too late. Gascon's men lay slaughtered in pools of their own blood, the man himself slumped over the winch's crank. 3 arrows in his chest rose and fell with his each ragged breath. Meve tore off her cloak and pressed it against him, desperate to stem the bleeding.
Help's on the way. Don't you even think of dying.
You know...
wheezed Gascon, a slight smirk on his lips.
I always enjoyed doing things just to spite you.
Medics on the stairs in the guardhouse, steps away, heard a long, blood-curdling wail. They entered the room to find the Queen kneeling, pounding the wall with her fists, her eyes flooded with tears. Gascon lay motionless beside her, covered by her cloak. The Queen rose, her fists clenched, her shoulders rigid, her knuckles white. Her face betrayed no sorrow, no despair, just rage, hot as a forge, measurable.
Now's not the time to mourn.
Seethed Meve, struggling to stay calm.
Now's the time for war, for slaughter, revenge. With victory today, we'll recover our home, return to our kin and set our blades aside at last. Yet until victory is ours, they must drink, greedily, of Nilfgaardian blood!
The Lyrians were at the brink, near their breaking point. They'd followed Meve for thousands of miles, over snow-clad peaks, through forbidding swamps. They'd fought, survived countless battles at her side. And though their gazes were now weary, she knew they'd follow her into fire.
Your Grace, the Blackclads, they've holed themselves up in the upper keep. We went to breach the wall, alas to no avail.
Meve nodded, twirled, then leapt upon a mount. Her eyes spoke pure determination.
So we'll bloody well try again.
Whew. The walls of the upper keep were illuminated by torchlight and the glow of burning buildings. Even in the dark of night, Meve could easily discern the fear-twisted faces of the Nilfgaardian defenders. The Queen wiped tears from her cheeks, blackened with ash, and reached for her sword. The time had finally come to drive the Blackclads out, once and for all. Oh, Gascon. Alrighty, so this probably isn't the screen you're expecting, but this final battle against Aep Dahy on Bonebreaker is bloody hard. So I've probably had 6 or 7 shots at it. I got pretty close the last time, but I needed to do quite a revamp of my deck here. So I thought I'd show you this before I get back there and have another shot at it. So I've gone for the Lyrian Banner back in again to reduce Meve's cooldown, because with that Angreni Blades, cooldown 6 is quite high. So I'd like to bring that down to 5 if I can. I think that'll make quite a lot of difference. Reinforcements useful for getting all my slingers out, or maybe arbalests. My Hakame, I already know. Marching orders I've also brought, so I can use Meve's ability again. I think that'll prove very useful. And Dimeritium Bomb will restore all enemy units to their base power. That works both ways, also if they're damaged and if they've been boosted. You'll see why that is useful a little later on. This is everything else I have on my deck. I'm not going to go through them all. If you are playing along and struggling with this too, and if this works, then you can see what I've got there. And that's what I'm going to go with. So hopefully this will work, and hopefully the next battle you see will be the time I'm finally victorious. So, see you shortly. Alrighty, take 12. This is a ridiculous battle for ridiculous people. That's not too bad, actually. Alright.
This is the end, Aep Dahy. Do you hear me? I shall stick your head on a pike.
So, this is a very stupid battle. Ridiculously stacked against us. I don't know if it's the same on other difficulties, but on Bonebreaker, it's very hard. This is one of his abilities. Can compare a random card from our decks. If his is higher, which it always is, he can boost one of his cards by 10. Another of his abilities is if we destroy any one of his cards, he'll just replace it. Pretty much indefinitely. 10 times per turn. Per turn, not per round. So, yeah. A lot of fun. Yeah, let's do that. These guys can get boosted if this random thing comes on the back row, which is possible. Like so. Unfortunately, we don't get the ability there either. You can go on the front if you want. Oh, fine. Okay, so let's trade in this so it doesn't go to the other side like a traitor. I think actually we'll just go for 2 ballistae. So I think the trick is to, if you win the first round, which I can do fairly consistently, if you can do that with still 4 cards remaining, you can get to the final round head-to-head with a full hand. And I think that's the way to go, because he's basically got infinite cards, you know, it's rather frustrating, really. So we need to be getting rid of these guys' armor so they stop boosting. Like so. I need to play a card, don't I? Well, see which card gets boosted next, and we use a Horse Thief on that. Or I could just put this guy in here now. Why don't we do that? I'll put you up there.
We got a job to do.
Yeah, I've won one of those duels once. His lowest is 10, and our highest is Reynard with 11. So, yeah. Go destroy this guy, because he's the only one we can target. Probably well, let's do another one of these. Might as well use them all up.
Enough! I do not need to hear this. Kill her!
A good way to go is, yeah, that's nice. Just, yeah. Yeah, if you get far enough ahead, he passes. And that helps quite a lot. How far away are we here? Well, we're going to have to play anyway, but we're doing okay. So let's, we're going to have to destroy this guy so I can even target anyone else. Well, yeah, so you'll see it. So I'll destroy this one, and they'll just get replaced. Yeah, really cool, huh? So I think the trick is to basically try and not destroy them. and just have them as low as is possible, without destroying them, you know. So do that, and that. Oof, so close, but we should be right next turn. But I'm gonna have to play another card anyway, which is a bit disappointing. Okay, so let's do. I'm just gonna have to play you, aren't I?
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Let's just make sure we're okay here. And then we can pass. Okay, so now we've got the first round, and we can go into the last round with a full hand. And then it's kind of pot luck, really. Well, there is some strategy to it, but it's very, very difficult. Interesting. Well, I might as well draw one of these. Okay. Do I want to play one of these and just lose it, or do I risk losing something here? I'm just going to have to risk losing something, I think. No, Resident Drummer, you can go out. Because I don't want to risk losing like a spike trap, you know, a pitfall trap or something like that. I don't know if I can use the same trick in the first round, you know, it's kind of if you let him go get far enough ahead, he'll pass. But I don't know if that will work in the last round here. Okay, okay. So I've got Meave's ability here, but nothing I can sacrifice, unfortunately. Well, okay, so let's get this Horse Thief out straight away. And get this working on that one. I'm not going to sacrifice it until it's swapped, and even then I probably won't, because it'll be much higher. So he's going to get boosted up again, that'll help us out quite well. Okay, now I should probably play this. I'll do it on the back. Well, no, it doesn't make sense to do that, I'll do it there. And I'll probably, yeah, I'll get the bomber out next turn, then we'll sacrifice him for Meave's ability. So, let's do this. Set him on fire. Sacrifice him. So the thing is, I'll do one more pitfall trap to put on the back row. The thing is, you could be nice Arnulf actually, yeah, okay. What was I going to say then? Yeah, the problem is not getting more cards on the deck, it's getting more cards in your hand. Because that gives you more turns. You know, and that's it, that's the problem. Every time I've got close, I've run out of cards, and I've had 150 point leads, and had to pass, and he's still beating me. You know, it's pretty outrageous, really. Okay, so there's that nice change. That'll do. I should probably get the ale down now, and we'll start going after your armor. So I'm kind of just going to let him go, really, and maybe if he gets far enough ahead, he'll pass. But I don't know, really. I'm not sure if he would. He's also got a card that can just let him draw 3 more cards as well, which is, you know, which is fantastic, really. That's really great for us. So we'll destroy your armor, stop you getting that boost. Probably, well, this one's going to die, actually, if I play that, so I have to play him on the back row. But you can survive. Well, they've only got 1 spike trap, so it's fine. Either can survive. But the fire might kill them. So we'll put you in there. Shall I? Because I'm going to have to get a slinger out at some point too, you know. or something that can be sacrificed. I'm gonna have to do another horse thief here, I think. Because then by the no, because she's gonna be boosted up as well. So I'm not gonna want to trade that one in. I'm gonna be stuck for cards to actually sacrifice here to trade for Meave's ability. That's a bit of a pickle.
Cork it.
Yeah, I didn't think about that really. Could do with one of those. Regiment drummer. Might even have to bring one out. Ah, there's his. Yeah, that's really nice. And also gives them all a boost as well, because of course it does. So we'll go for your armor. Now we're going to have to play you in here somewhere, aren't I? Well, who got that boost then? I might even have to sacrifice this this horse thief before it does any damage, you know. That's not going to be any good to me at the moment. Okay, you're going to have to go up there and hope the fire doesn't kill it. Come on, survive, 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 survive. Oof. Okay, lucky you got that boost there. Phew, okay. So he's going to survive. So I'm going to have to sacrifice this one next turn, unfortunately.
The mist's going to pass me those lovely earrings, or do I tear them off myself?
So we'll destroy your... Yeah, your armor.
To the front yet again.
Okay. So let's destroy your armor now as well, and then we're going to have to sacrifice this one just to get some more bloody cards. Now what do I do here? I'm probably going to need... well, I need a slinger, and I need a blacksmith. No, that was wrong. Can I go back? Damn it, because I haven't played the bloody card yet. Ah, you idiot, Joe. Do I have to do that now, or can I play something else first? No, I've got to do it now. Well, that was a bit of a waste. Let's bring you all up. Let's push you guys all back. Shall we? No, it's not. Let's bring you guys up to the fire row. Yeah, I've still got to play a card now, haven't I? Let's probably do that one. Okay, now I can sacrifice this. This isn't going very well. Alright, let's try our luck with a drummer. Now I'm going to need another blacksmith.
Again and again and again.
Hey, don't toss that. It's perfectly you.
There we go. Okay, so I got the ability, but I'm going to have to, well, use his ability first and then sacrifice him for Meave's ability. There we go, 3 more cards, why not? Looks like you were struggling a bit there. Okay. Oh, interesting, actually. Yeah, alright. So we can do that here.
It's been a mistake.
And we can use that. Wait, what is it? Set the unit's power equal to the unit to its left. So I want that one. That's a nice little boost. Here. Doesn't really matter, so we'll just take some damage off. You. Okay. Now we'll do... Oh, I need to play a card, so we'll play reinforcements here. Get the rest of our chaps out.
That is the white of an eye from half a league away.
Good. Then we'll do sacrifice this. Now, what can I do here? Reynard, well, I didn't use the ability, their ability, so he's not going to be too useful there, unfortunately. Yeah, Stray could do pretty good because they're all on a row of fire, so I could do 5 damage to all of them and bring them down. Yeah, it could be interesting. Yeah, okay, so Infiltrator will be good. And a Horse Thief? Yeah, okay, let's give this a shot then. So you can go in here. You can go in here, target that one. I'm gonna have to use these abilities now because if I use this, they're all gonna go back down to 0, and well, these haven't been boosted up too much. This one has, but I think I'll get a lot more back from taking their points, and that will change it. So let's do this. And here we'll do... I run the risk of destroying one here. Okay, and then the last one we can do... I'm going to have to destroy it, aren't I? Well, I can do that, and that. Okay, now I'm just gonna have to pass next turn, and that is a big points difference. Now you have a look at this.
My prescription, a bit of bloodletting.
Okay, here we go. That's pretty good, could fill it up. Just waiting for him to play his 85 strength character though. Quite like these, what are these? Magni division, because it's just going to fill up the row, which is kind of nice. And they're not too high, really. Get another little boost there, that's pretty good. Still a long way ahead, but I still don't think it'll be enough.
Now, how did that incantation go?
Don't go getting my hopes up now, game. So is that front row full? Yeah, so we can play 3 more cards. And just keep boosting everything up like crazy without actually playing anything. If you could stop just boosting everything, that'd be really nice.
Archers,
just damage everything by 4, why not?
the sun with arrows.
Come on, 2 more cards.
Really curious case.
1 more card? Come on, come on. Come on.
Barbarians.
Yes? Yes! Yes! Oh! Finally! You die. Oh.
Nilfgaard had the upper hand, yet the black-clad spirits had suffered. They now made more use of shields than of swords. When Meve finally broke through their line, they raised their arms in surrender. Rivia Castle had fallen. It was hers once more.
Yes! Get in!
Meve showed her prisoners of war mercy, knowing full well they'd only followed orders. Death would be the fate of only Ardal Aep Dahy, the one Nilfgaardian who'd issued those commands. Alas, the general had disappeared. A prisoner revealed Aep Dahy had fled as soon as the Lyrians had surged towards the upper keep. He had glided down to the lower castle in a wicker basket for transporting food. Curled up beneath potato skins and other scraps, he'd scurried away not unlike a common maggot. Meve cursed her luck and leaned back against a merlin. Dawn was yet a few hours off, but the horizon had already begun to glow blood red. The Nilfgaardian reserves now drew near, too late to prevent the castle's fall.
I'll get him,
muttered the queen, more to herself than anyone else.
I swear on all that's sacred I'll catch the bastard. But now we've a pressing matter to see to. Preparing the defense.
That night the war turned, with the Battle for Riva Castle as its fulcrum. Meve's great victory, not only retaking the stronghold in a single evening, but also fending off a further invading army, proved the Nilfgaardian Colossus had feet of clay.
Oh man, that feels so good. That was such a hard battle.
The armies of the north had united and now seemed to be on the attack everywhere. Imperial forces, while still far more numerous, lay stretched over thousands of miles. Their position was untenable, and Nilfgaard's commanders knew this. In a decisive battle, they yet stood a chance, so they gave said battle, and suffered a resounding defeat. Just a few months on from that memorable night in Rivia, the Imperial army was in utter disarray. Aldersburg, the fortress, remained a last point of resistance. General Aep Dahy and what had survived of Army Group East had dug in there. This place, where Nilfgaard had triumphed grandly in the war's early days, would now bear witness to its impending defeat. It seems history, after all, has a sense of justice, or humor, or both. Though Meve had already reclaimed her realm, she refused to retire her sword just yet. For King Demavend had requested her aid in purging Edirn of the invader. How could she refuse? She owed the king a favor, firstly. Yet she also had a burning desire to settle the score with Aep Dahy.
Demavend's envoy and I spoke, Your Majesty. The king has Aldersburg surrounded. He awaits and won't begin the assault till you arrive.
Good. I truly hate to miss it. Tell the troops to prepare. Gear and ire.
Of course, Your Grace.
Yes? Is there something else?
Pardon my boldness, Your Grace, but I can't help but be concerned. You don't sleep. You've the air of illness about you.
I think back to that night in Rivia often, to Gascon's death. Perhaps I stake. Perhaps he didn't have to die.
He didn't, Your Majesty. He needn't have been there at all. I'm a soldier. I swore to serve you. Gascon, not so. He might have left at any time. Guilt, pity trouble you, Your Grace. I know. But he signed on willingly and knew exactly what for. Gascon gave his life for he thought you worthy of it. There's no greater proof of friendship, no greater gift one can give. Accept it, Your Grace, and remember him with gratitude, not sorrow.
You're right. I thank you, Reynard. That I needed to hear. We've talked enough. We must march on to Aldersburg.
Wow, man. That was an awesome fight, but bloody hell was that stacked. Your Majesty, good tidings from the Western Front. The combined forces of Temeria, Cadwyn and Redania have soundly defeated the Nilfgaardians at Brenna. The Empire lost nearly 40,000 soldiers, and Marshal Cohorn has vanished without a trace. Army Group Centre is in disarray, and King Foltest is forcing the enemy from Temerian lands. The Emperor has expressed readiness for truce negotiations. Victory is close at hand. Your Highness, we deeply regret to inform you that Captain Tobias, who provided us with invaluable information from Nilfgaardian-occupied capital, was unmasked and headed after 3 days of intensive torture. While leaving the city, the invaders took with them his family, a wife and 2 children, 12 and 7 years of age. Their fate remains unknown. Enemy armies in tatters fleeing south towards border. Movements chaotic, uncoordinated, suggest no contact with command. Scoia'tael commandos also in retreat to east towards Dathana. Without Nilfgaardian support, elves slaughtered by Aedirnians were never caught. Emperor preparing for peace summit. Reports indicate willingness to make far-reaching concessions. Last bastion of enemy resistance, Fortress Naudesberg. Remaining troops guarding it led by General Ardal Aep Dahy. He refuses all calls to capitulate. Well, well, you beautifully showed boot leather to Nilfgaardian arse. Ballbags kicked up quite the dust cloud when they turned tail. Damn near choked on it to clear atop Mount Carbon. Proud to say Mahakam's volunteers played no small part. Still, I owe credit where credit's due. Congratulations, Meave, truly. That Dunderheed Emperor will think twice before stepping foot through the Pontai ever again. Hoo-hoo-ha, Bruverhoog, Elder in Chief. Okay, we got some people to speak to. Let's have, if we got a map here, let's have a little look here. What are we dealing with? Okay, just over there. Small map. That's, yeah, can't zoom out, can zoom in. That's all we got. Anything going on? Yeah, a little bit. Okay. So it feels like we're in the prologue now. So, yeah, next episode could well be the final one, not sure. But, well, next time we'll go to Demoven's camp and see how he's doing. Until then, take it easy.